Welcome to episode 4 of Final Third TV. In this episode, we'll look at coaching, the drilling of teams, organisation, and the incorporation of stats into a coach's work. With me to discuss the benefits of coaching and what teams can reap from using it properly is Rob Palmer.
Hello.
Hello. You've chosen a few case studies for us today, specifically Ronald Koeman at Southampton and Harry Redknapp in QPR this season.
Yeah, so this isn't going to be biased at all.
No.
But I just want to start off by talking about how much Redknapp and Koeman have spent this season, respectively. Redknapp has a net spend, because they sold Remy for $8.5 million in the summer, of $19.5 million, whereas Koeman has a profit of $31.3 million to Southampton this season. So already you can see a bit of disparity in how each club does business. But the main thing I want to talk about here is the difference in the midfields between the two. Because you look at QPR's midfield, they've got Barton, Henry, Sandro, Cranchar, Much, Hoylett and Phillips. On paper that's not that bad, except for Carl Henry. He's awful.
Yeah.
But then you look at, we all know about Southampton's midfield this season. Plenty's been said about them with Schneiderlin, Wanyama, Davis, Ward-Prowse, Cork, and now Reid is coming in as well. But you look at the difference between the two, and QPR's midfield often looks just clueless, and they don't know what they're doing. It's sort of like
doing what.
Like Leroy Fer for me is actually a really good player, but often instead of playing him in the middle, which is his position, he's being stuck out on the left because he's talented, which tends to happen a lot with English managers, right?
Yeah.
And it's just a bizarre way to think you can get results by just going, oh, he's talented, let's play him out wide, where his best position is central. Do you know what I mean? But
I'm not surprised by it, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's but at the same time, you look at the likes of Stephen Davis, who last season under Pochettino and even under Nigel Adkins wasn't really great. He played, he filled gaps, you know what I mean? He's played and he done a job. But now Coleman has come in and he's completely transformed him into this unbelievable, versatile player. You can play literally anywhere.
He's become a bit of a Chris Baird, I think is what you're
Chris Baird, or John O'Shea, as Connor said in the podcast. But it's the thing is, it's when I say versatile, I don't mean he can play there, stick him on the right. But he's actually good at every position he plays. That's the point that I'm trying to make here, is that with coaching, you can, you don't need to spend money, which Redknapp seems to think you need to do. You don't have to spend money. You can just coach a side to play in a way that you want to play. And if they all buy into your ideas, there's no reason why you can't play a Stephen Davis on the right, a Stephen Davis on the left, a Stephen Davis in defensive midfield.
Or as a 10, as you said on the pod earlier.
Anywhere, he's brilliant. But he can play, as I said, just that's what coaching can do, rather than kind of just going, oh, let's play him on the left, because he's talented.
Vargas syndrome,
exactly. Vargas at Napoli wasn't great, do you know what I mean?
But he's a striker.
And he does score goals, as we've seen in the World Cup. Yeah. And he's been played out on the left or on the right, not as a striker, which is where he actually plays. And that's the thing. That's the difference. It's Coleman coaches a team. Coaches, that's the key word here. He coaches a team to play in a system that suits the players at the club, whereas Redknapp seems to coach individuals on their role in a side. So he's coached Fair and Much as wingers, rather than coaching the team to play to the strengths of the players that he has. He's sort of coaching players to fill gaps, and that's what he's doing now. He's trying to buy players to fill gaps as well. You see him now.
He's just looking for a short-term bang, isn't he, from January to May?
Exactly. He's not looking at the long-term picture. If you look at Coleman clearly has a plan to get Southampton to the Champions League. Never thought I'd say that in my lifetime, but that's his plan. It's real, yeah. But then Redknapp's just sort of I want something now. When was the last time Redknapp ever stuck a player in any team from the youth academy? At Spurs, at anywhere.
Did he try to take credit for Ambrose Townsend?
Probably. Try to take credit for Bale and all that anyway.
Yeah.
But that's the point that I'm making here. It's that with coaching, you can achieve so much more than just buying players and throwing them in to fill a gap.
So that wraps up a Redknapp rant and some Coleman praise from you.
Yeah.
What's next on the menu?
It's the next thing I want to talk about is when you see stats have come into vogue now. Everybody goes with Ted Knutson on Twitter with the stats radars and stuff like that, and everybody thinks they're analysts with Squawka and all this,
Yeah.
But the one thing that I want to talk about is the emergence of Stuart Downing lately under Big Sam. It's I have some stats, of course, because I'm an analyst and I went on Squawka this evening. But
you know numbers and shit.
I know numbers. I do maths. But at Liverpool and in early West Ham, Downing had an unbelievable number of key passes. He had 66 key passes in his last season at Liverpool, only second behind Suarez, which is unbelievable. And then, but he had very few completed crosses, which makes, as you said before we recorded, why he was ever a winger. He only completed 23% of his crosses.
Quick and talented, except for he was pushed out right.
Yeah, on his weaker foot, yeah. But it's like we, at the final third, we assume Downing was like belittled by Rodgers because he wasn't a Rodgers signing, if you want.
I think
he was just kind of thrown out because he wasn't a Rodgers player. But because we think Rodgers is a very good coach and he knows what he's at.
And a decent man as well.
He does seem a decent man. He's a bit of a twat when he talks, but decent man. That's my opinion. But but then like Big Sam, like we often see when, like this weekend for example on Sky, they were like, oh, stats, he's the first player ever used all this crap. But like, to be fair, he was a pioneer when it came to stats, and like he's not one to take stats from other clubs when he brings players in. He likes to see what the player can do, take them stats, and then implement it into his own game plan. And that's clearly what's happened with Stuart Downing this season. Like, you look again, he had poor cross conversion rates when he was playing on the right, even earlier on in this season and towards the end of last season. But this season, he's clearly seen that he's still making lots of key passes, so he's playing him as a 10. And the stats now say that Stuart Downing, in his last 15 appearances for West Ham, has made 6 assists. But in 65 games for Liverpool, he had 5 assists.
Yeah.
That just goes to show, like...
And this is back before the title run that Liverpool had.
Yeah,
so this
exactly.
was a bad season for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Respectively.
So like, you can imagine if you want, you could say Stuart Downing is comparable to what Raheem Sterling is now doing in Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
And for Rodgers to just kind of belittle him in his time there because he wasn't a Rodgers player is moronic.
You could think as well the difference it would have made if you had Downing as a 10 and Sturridge and Suarez up front by themselves with Sterling left or right if you want.
Yeah.
The potential is there. It's like you say about stats people gone mad. It's not the answer, but they can provide some answers.
Like you look at this, there's no coincidence between how good Stuart Downing has been this season and West Ham's current league position.
Yeah.
That's clear. But the caveat to that I want to say is that when a player is bought on their performance, and that I'm going to go back. I'm sorry, Liverpool, but I want to go back to you here because they've bought Divock Origi, who for me they've only bought him because of his performance in the World Cup. He went there as the 4th choice striker and was only there because Benteke got injured. We know that, right? So I just want to reel off some stats again about his performances in the past couple of seasons. Before the World Cup, he made 29 appearances for Lille, 5 goals, 18 created chances, and no assists. Right? This season so far, 17 appearances, 3 goals, 13 created chances, and 2 of them have been assists. That is not they're saying that Origi is going to be the answer to their problems.
To the goal drought.
If he scored 7 goals, 8 goals in the last 2 seasons, that's not prolific at any level, especially considering he's the main man really at Lille.
Do you buy into the reason that some people have had that perhaps Origi is better as a wide forward instead of a centre forward? Is he still okay?
Yeah, I mean, we've said often when we're talking about him that he's sort of like a Jay Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'd say because I'm a Southampton fan.
A less talented one, I think.
A less talented one, yeah. But let's not talk about that. But that's the point. It's I think Liverpool even went on record saying that they want to buy people based off their statistics.
Yeah.
They obviously haven't here unless they see something that I'm completely blind to, which I wouldn't be surprised because I'm quite thick. But it's the thing that sort of bothers me is that they have bought him off the back of a good performance in a World Cup, which isn't really what you want.
What was an average World Cup for Belgium as well?
Exactly. Like Liverpool have history. Let's look at El Hadji Diouf in 2002. He was pretty bad when they signed him.
That's not the first time. And they're not the first club either to come off an international tournament. I think they've bought, a wonder player. So that's our take on the benefits of coaching and the rewards to be had from studying stats. Let us know what you think in the comments section below and subscribe to Final Third TV. You can also catch up with our podcasts on thefinalthirdpodcast.net. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at @thefinal_third. Get in touch with us. Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.